Have you ever found yourself trapped in a whirlpool of thoughts where every worry seems to grow bigger with each passing moment? Have you ever felt that fear and anxiety hold you captive, stopping you from living the life you truly deserve? If yes, then this story is for you. Imagine a small village nestled between the gentle hills and a winding river. It's the rainy season. The air is fresh. Earth smells of wet soil and new beginnings, and the river hums a peaceful melody. This is the place where our story unfolds. A village where life moves simply, yet the mind often drifts into complex battles. In the heart of this village lives a young man named Arjun. Like many of us, Arjun struggled with overthinking. His mind was a storm of worry, endless doubts, fears of the future, anxiety about what might happen next. The rain outside mirrored his internal chaos, relentless, overwhelming, and unending. But Arjun's story is not one of despair. It is a journey from that storm into calm, from fear into faith, from anxiety into inner peace. It is about how a simple life and devotion can transform even the most restless mind. Arjun belonged to a humble family. They lived in a small mud brick house near the riverbank. His days were simple, helping in the fields, tending vegetables, walking through muddy lanes. The mountains in the distance stood silent witnesses to the villagers' struggles and joys alike. Despite this peaceful environment, Arjun's mind was far from calm. His thoughts twisted and turned like the mountain trails. Fear gnawed at him. What if he failed in his work? What if he could not support his family? What if the rains brought floods once again? These questions burdened his heart, making him anxious. He avoided social gatherings, afraid that his silence or worries would invite questions. His friends noticed his change, but Arjun felt trapped inside his own head. One evening, as the rain gently drummed on the earth, Arjun met an old man sitting by the river. The man was known locally as a sage, a humble soul whose presence calmed everyone around him. "Why do you sit here with such a troubled face, young one?" asked the sage. Arjun hesitated, then shared his fears, overthinking, anxiety, doubts about the future. The sage smiled wisely. "Tell me, Arjun, have you listened to the river?" Arjun nodded, puzzled. "The river," said the sage, "flows freely. It doesn't resist obstacles or worry about hurdles. It moves naturally, trusting the journey. You too must learn to flow with life. Accept what comes and let it pass." Arjun listened, feeling a faint warmth inside. The sage continued. "Worry and fear come when we focus on what might happen instead of what is happening. When the mind stays in the present, peace follows." Inspired, Arjun began a simple practice. Every morning, before village life stirred, he would sit by the river, close his eyes, and repeat the mantra he learned from the sage, Radha Radha, a divine name symbolizing love, strength, and devotion. Gradually, he noticed subtle changes. The storm of thoughts that once kept him awake was beginning to settle like the river after a rain. His fear seemed less overwhelming. His mind grew clearer. He realized that overthinking was a trap that kept him stuck. Faith, patience, and devotion, instead of worry, were the true keys to facing life's uncertainties. Days turned into weeks. Arjun's transformation was evident. With renewed energy, he helped his family more enthusiastically. He worked without the shadow of fear. The villagers saw the change in him and, in turn, learned from his example. His journey taught a timeless truth. Inner peace is not dependent on external circumstances, but stems from the strength within. As the rains nourished the soil and the river's song filled the air, Arjun's story spread beyond his village. It became a beacon for many, those who felt lost in the maze of their fears and worries. And this story, dear listener, is not just about Arjun. It is about you. When worries cloud your mind, remember, you have the power to find calm, to surrender, and to connect with the divine within. Your mind, like this river, flows with strength and resilience. When you trust this flow, fears fade and clarity emerges. This journey of transformation is not just Arjun's, it is yours, it is mine. When we let go of unnecessary worries and root ourselves in devotion and the present moment, we unlock a power inside us that can move mountains. Every day, as the rain falls and the river flows, remember that life is a continuous change. Resistance to that change causes suffering. Acceptance creates peace. When fear or overthinking tries to dominate, pause. Take a deep breath. Connect to that sacred name, that divine rhythm, that divine strength within you. Feel the divine presence as a guiding light, steering you through the storm. The village, with its humble mud streets, earthy scents, and rainy season charm, reminds us that simplicity and faith can turn storms into showers of blessing. This is not just Arjun's story, it is a mirror to our own lives. When fears threaten to take over, turn toward love, devotion, and awareness of the present. Let your thoughts flow like the river, steady, peaceful, unfazed by obstacles. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is the willingness to face it with an open heart. Trust in your inner strength. Trust in the divine power that resides within every human soul. The rain, the river, the mountains. They teach us that life is in constant motion, flowing forward even amid storms. Resistance only prolongs suffering. Acceptance opens the door to peace and growth. Thank you for listening. Remember, the greatest strength lies within. Trust it, nurture it, and let it guide you through every storm. This is the path to true mastery of the mind. This is Kai's Mindset Mastery.